So intermittent fasting is probably one of the best strategies for weight loss. That I'm sure you probably already know. But for most people, it's not the fastest weight loss strategy. So if you're one of those people that's on intermittent fasting right now and you're losing weight, but it's coming off slower than you would like it to, then in today's video, I'm going to share with you the one thing that you need to do to speed it up by 5 to 7 pounds. This one thing is going to help you lose 5 to 7 pounds over the next 5 to 7 days. And this one thing I've used successfully over the last 30 plus years of my career to help all of my clients get great results so you can get the same results too. So let's get into the video. Hey, so before we get into today's video, my name is MrFitness, the body transformation specialist. And on my channel, I talk a lot about weight loss, but I also talk about a lot of other topics related to weight loss. And I've used all the tips that I share in my video to help people, just like you see right here, get into great shape. So if you're serious about losing weight, then you'll definitely want to consider joining my weight loss coaching program. It's workouts, it's diet, it's coaching, and most importantly, it's results. So if you're serious, join for free. Click the link down below in the description. With that being said, let's get into the video. So the one thing you need to do over the first 5 to 7 days of intermittent fasting, or your next 5 to 7 days of intermittent fasting to lose 5 to 7 pounds, is to go extremely low carb. Now, I know you're probably saying that that's obvious. You've heard a lot over the years about low carb dieting and weight loss. But before you click off this video, let me explain why this is extremely important over the first 5 to 7 days or your next 5 to 7 days on intermittent fasting. When I say extreme low carb, I mean extremely low carb. So by definition, intermittent fasting is not about what you eat, but it's about when you eat. But what I noticed over my years of coaching is that the clients that not only focus on when they eat, but also focus on what they eat, get the best results. And the ones that apply this tip of going extremely low carb for the first 5 to 7 days or their next 5 to 7 days tend to lose weight the fastest. Comment below if you've ever done any form of intermittent fasting before or low carb dieting, and comment your weight loss results over the first 5 to 7 days. Now, there's absolutely no debating the question or the validity of low carb diets and weight loss, but I know someone is going to either DM me or comment below that, yeah, you're going to lose all this weight real fast, but the majority of it is going to be water weight. And that is true. So don't DM me talking none of that nonsense, because I'm agreeing with you. That is true. However, there's a reason why that is actually a good thing. And let me explain. Now remember, when we're trying to lose weight, the main goal, whether you realize it or not, the main goal is for you to lose as much fat as possible. But the only way we can get to fat is if we burn off all of our stored carbohydrates and sugar. Now, for every gram of carbs that you take in, you store approximately 2.5 to 3 grams of water with that. And our bodies have a capacity to store about 3 days worth of carbs. So the reason why losing all of that water weight is a good thing is, remember before what I said, is that your body has to burn through all the sugar before you ever get to the fat. And that's our goal. On any weight loss program, our goal is to burn body fat. So what happens is losing all of that water is a sign that your body is ready to start tapping into fat for energy. Now, just a few moments ago, I said that your body has the ability to store about 3 days worth of sugar. Now, the reason why it's important to do extremely low carb for the first 5 to 7 days is because your body is going to primarily be using sugar for the first 3 days. So your body really won't start tapping into burning fat until days 4 and beyond. So days 4 through days 7 is when your body is really going to be in a state where you can start burning primarily fat for energy. So that's why the first 5 to 7 days is the magic number to make this happen, because for the first 2 to 4 days, your body's burning mostly all the stored sugar. And I just realized that I probably didn't need to say that again, but I said it anyway, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So by this point, you'll probably understand why it's important to eat low carb, extremely low carb for the first 5 to 7 days. But you may also have some questions. And 2 questions that most people have at this point are, how many carbs is considered extremely low carbs? How many carbs can I eat per day over that first 5 to 7 days. And another question a lot of people ask me is, can I do this longer? Will I get better benefits if I do it longer than the first 5 to 7 days? So I'm going to talk about that next. So how many carbs should you eat over the first 5 to 7 days? Now, this is something that I tell all my private coaching clients to get them great results. And the magic number that I find for most people is 40 grams of carbs. Now, you might even be saying that 40 grams of carbs is nothing, and I told you this was going to be an extremely low carb diet. But if you don't know what 40 grams of carbs looks like, well, here's examples of 40 grams of carbs. And the answer to the question of can you do this diet longer is, yeah, you can do it longer. But doing it for long periods of time, especially when you're mixing this with like caloric restriction to lose weight, can be detrimental to long-term weight loss, because what ends up happening on a low-carb diet and a low-calorie diet that's extended for days and weeks and past that first 5 to 7 days is you will notice a slowdown in your weight loss, and for a lot of people, a complete halt. So what I would recommend is you cycle between these two. Maybe you do the first 5 to 7 days, then you take some time off, reintroduce some carbs into your diet, and then do it again a few weeks down the road when you notice your weight loss slowing down. So now you might even have another question of how do you start to reintroduce carbs into your diet after the first 5 to 7 days to avoid a drastic weight gain. And here's what I want you to do. So after day 5, if you're only going to do this for 5 days, or after day 7, if you're only doing this for 7 days, is I want you to start introducing your carbs back in to at about 10 grams of carbs per week until you get to that spot where you notice you're starting to slow down in your weight loss. What a lot of my clients start to notice is once they get their carbs to up about 100 grams of carbs per day, they start to notice their weight loss slow down. Now, this slowdown may happen sooner for you, but it may take longer. But as soon as you start to notice that your weight loss starts to slow down at maybe somewhere around a pound a week, you want to make those necessary adjustments. So what do you think? Is this low carb, extremely low carb diet something that you can do? Because here's what I can guarantee you. It's not for everybody. It's not easy to do, but if you can do it, remember, you can lose 5 to 7 pounds and some people more over the next 5 to 7 days. So comment below if you think you can do it. And if you've made it this far in the video, then it tells me that you're serious about losing weight. So if you are serious and you want to get results like these people right here, then click the link below in the description and get started on my weight loss coaching program for free. Click the link and let's get started.